When The Rifleman first came on television in 1958, it was more than just another Western show. At a time when many series were filled with gunfights, cowboys, and outlaw chases, this program brought something special. It told the story of Lucas McCain, a widowed rancher, and his young son Mark, as they tried to build a new life together in the small town of North Fork. What made the show stand out was not only the exciting action, but also the touching lessons about family, honesty, sacrifice, and love. Viewers felt like they were part of the McCain household, watching a father and son face challenges together. Because of this emotional connection, The Rifleman quickly earned a loyal following. It wasn't just about winning gunfights, it was about winning hearts. Many fans tuned in every week to see Lucas and Mark, along with the town's colorful cast of characters, who made North Fork feel like a real community. The series balanced tough frontier life with warmth, values, and humanity, making it unique among westerns of its time. Even after the show ended in 1963, its spirit lived on in the hearts of fans. But time has passed, and many of the beloved actors who brought these roles to life are no longer with us. Their contributions, however, remain unforgettable. Let's take a closer look at these actors, their journeys, and the legacies they left behind. When The Rifleman first appeared on American television in 1958, no one could have predicted how deeply it would touch viewers' hearts. While many westerns of the era focused mainly on gunfights, lawmen, and dangerous outlaws, this series dared to be different. It followed the life of Lucas McCain, a widowed rancher, and his young son Mark, as they tried to build a peaceful life together in the small town of North Fork. At the same time, Lucas had to use his famous rifle to defend justice when needed. What made the show unique was the balance between action and heartwarming lessons. Every episode was not just about survival on the frontier. It was about honesty, courage, and the bond between a father and his child. Families across the country welcomed Lucas and Mark into their homes each week, and the series quickly became a symbol of strong values and human connection. Audiences loved the warmth of its characters and the moral lessons at its core. Today, it remains one of the most memorable television shows of its era, and its influence continues to inspire. Sadly, time has taken away many of the talented actors who helped bring The Rifleman to life, but their memories live on through the episodes that fans still cherish. Chuck Connors, born on April 10, 1921, in Brooklyn, New York, was the heart and soul of The Rifleman. Before he became known as Lucas McCain, Connors had already lived an impressive life. He was tall, athletic, and determined, which allowed him to shine as a professional athlete. He played for the Brooklyn Dodgers and Chicago Cubs in Major League Baseball, and was also among the first players to join the Boston Celtics basketball team. His sports career gave him discipline, presence, and a strong image that later helped him stand out in Hollywood. His acting breakthrough came in 1957 with the film Old Yeller, but it was The Rifleman in 1958 that made him a household name. On screen, Connors played Lucas McCain as a man who could be both tough and tender, a father who taught his son about fairness, kindness, and responsibility, while also protecting their town from danger with his rifle. The role turned Connors into a symbol of American values. Away from the spotlight, Connors lived a busy family life. He had 4 sons and went through 3 marriages. Sadly, years of smoking affected his health, and he was diagnosed with lung cancer. Complications from the illness eventually led to pneumonia, and Connors passed away on November 10, 1992. At the age of 71, his death left fans mourning the loss of one of television's most iconic father figures. But his portrayal of Lucas McCain remains timeless. Johnny Crawford, born on March 26, 1946, in Los Angeles, grew up right in front of America's eyes. Before joining The Rifleman, he was already familiar to many as one of the original Mouseketeers on Disney's Mickey Mouse Club. His youthful charm, energy, and warm smile made him perfect for the role of Mark McCain, Lucas's son. On screen, Crawford brought a sense of innocence and honesty to the character, making viewers feel as if they were watching their own child, brother, or nephew grow up. His natural chemistry with Chuck Connors was remarkable, and together they gave audiences a father-son relationship that was both believable and touching. Outside of The Rifleman, Johnny also enjoyed success as a teen idol in the 1960s. Songs like Cindy's Birthday made him popular with young fans, and his music career allowed him to explore another side of his talent. Later in life, Crawford formed the Johnny Crawford Orchestra, which performed jazz and nostalgic music from earlier decades. His personal life included his marriage to Charlotte Samko in 1995, a partnership that remained strong through his most difficult years. Sadly, in 2019, he was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease, a cruel illness that slowly took away the memories he had given so much joy creating for others. During the COVID-19 pandemic, his health weakened further, and he passed away on April 29, 2021, at the age of 75. Fans remember him not only as Mark McCain, but also as a talented musician and a gentle soul. Paul Fix was born on March 13, 1901, in Dobbs Ferry, New York, and had one of the longest and most respected careers among the Rifleman cast. Long before he joined television, Fix was a familiar figure in Hollywood, appearing in silent films during the 1920s and later becoming a frequent face in westerns and war movies. He was also a close friend and acting mentor to John Wayne, teaching him techniques that helped Wayne become one of the biggest stars in film history. On The Rifleman, Fix played Marshal Micah Torrance, a man who had overcome alcoholism to become a strong and fair lawman. His role added maturity and wisdom to the show, showing audiences that redemption and second chances were always possible. He brought depth to Micah, making him more than just another Western sheriff. Fix's acting career spanned hundreds of roles, including appearances in films like To Kill a Mockingbird and El Dorado. Despite his success, Fix lived a relatively quiet life with his wife, Frances Harvey, and their daughter. As he aged, he developed kidney failure, which eventually led to his death on October 14, 1983. In Los Angeles at the age of 82, his steady presence on The Rifleman and his lifelong contributions to film made him one of the most respected character actors of his time. Patricia Blair, born on January 15, 1933, in Fort Worth, Texas, was an actress who stood out not only for her beauty but also for the strong characters she portrayed. She began her career as a model before moving into acting, quickly gaining attention for her confidence and screen presence. Blair appeared in several westerns, but her most memorable roles came in Daniel Boone and The Rifleman. As Lou Mallory in The Rifleman, she played the fiery and independent owner of North Forks Hotel. Unlike many female characters in westerns of that era, Lou was not just a background figure. She was ambitious, bold, and unafraid to challenge men, including Lucas McCain. Her presence gave the series a spark of energy and made her a role model for independent women. Later in her career, Blair stepped back from Hollywood and lived a private life, far from the spotlight. Unfortunately, her later years were marked by a long and painful battle with breast cancer. Despite her courage, she passed away on September 9, 2013. In New Jersey, at the age of 80. Fans remember her not only for her striking looks, but for bringing strength and independence to women in a genre often dominated by men. Bill Quinn, born on May 6, 1912, in New York City, had one of the longest careers in Hollywood, spanning more than 70 years. He started as a child actor in silent films, and unlike many child stars, he managed to continue working well into his old age. In The Rifleman, Quinn played Sweeney, the town's friendly bartender. Though not a leading character, Sweeney gave the show warmth and stability. He was the kind of man who always listened to townsfolk, offered advice, and made North Fork feel like a real place where community mattered. Beyond The Rifleman, Quinn appeared in over 200 films and television shows, often portraying judges, doctors, and other respectable figures. His subtle performances gave depth to many stories without overshadowing the stars. Interestingly, he was also the father-in-law of beloved comedian Bob Newhart. In his later years, Quinn faced health struggles, but he remained active until his Passing on April 29, 1994, at the age of 81, fans remember him as a steady and kind presence, both on-screen and in Hollywood. Asterisk. Joe Higgins, born on July 12, 1925, in Logansport, Indiana, brought rugged charm and authenticity to his roles. In The Rifleman, he played Neil Swenson, the town's blacksmith. His character symbolized the hard-working men who built and sustained frontier towns. Swenson was never the center of drama, but he represented resilience, friendship, and community spirit. Higgins made the character believable and relatable, giving fans a sense of comfort whenever he appeared on screen. Beyond The Rifleman, Higgins built a solid career in both television and film. In the 1970s, he became widely recognized as the spokesman for Dodge trucks, appearing in commercials that made him a familiar face in American households. Unfortunately, his later years were marked by health problems, especially heart issues. He passed away on June 5, 1998. At the age of 72, fans remembered him as a dependable actor who brought honesty and warmth to his roles. Whether on a TV western or in a commercial seen by millions. While the lead and recurring cast carried much of the story, many other supporting actors added life to North Fork. Harlan Ward, born in 1917, played John Hamilton, the town's bank president. His calm and responsible presence made him a trusted figure in the community. He passed away on March 13, 1980. Joan Taylor, born in 1929, played Millie Scott, the general store owner who added warmth and independence to the series. After retiring from acting, she focused on family life until her peaceful passing on March 4, 2012. Hope Summers, born in 1896, also played a general store owner later in the series. Known for her many roles as kind older women, she brought comfort and familiarity to audiences before her death on June 22, 1979. Finally, John Harmon, born in 1905, appeared as Eddie Hall, the hotel clerk whose humor and humanity balanced out the town's struggles. Sadly, he passed away on August 6, 1985, at the age of 80, though not always in the spotlight. These actors gave the show its sense of community and heart. The cast of The Rifleman created more than just a television show. They built a world that felt real to audiences. Lucas and Mark McCain reminded viewers of the importance of love, honesty, and resilience. The supporting characters, from Marshall Micah Torrance to Sweeney the bartender, made North Fork a town where everyone felt they belonged. Although many of these actors are no longer with us, their performances continue to touch new generations of fans. The lessons of the Rifleman family values, justice, second chances, and community remain just as meaningful today as they were in the late 1950s. Watching the show today is like stepping back into a simpler yet powerful time, where television aimed to teach as much as it entertained. The actors who gave life to this series deserve to be remembered not only for their roles, but for the humanity they brought to the screen. Their legacies live on in every rerun, every clip, and every memory held by fans who still cherish the world of The Rifleman.